Welcome to another episode of Ying Cooks the Internet. I'm joined here with, I was going to say my friend, HETTY McKINNON.
Hi.
The truth is, we're not friends yet.
We're not friends. We will be, though. We've known each other for 5 minutes.
5 whole minutes. We're going to cook something today together. But I also think we're cooking up a friendship here. And I want you to...
Oh, God.
I want you to tell me at the end of this whether you think the dish is better or the newly formed delicious friendship is.
Oh, my God. We didn't rehearse this, by the way.
We don't rehearse anything. HETTY is the author of 4 books? 5 books?
5 now.
5 books.
Yep.
Most recently, Tender Heart, which focuses on Asian vegetable cookery.
Yeah.
Just vegetable cookery.
Just vegetables. 22 of my favorite vegetables.
22 favorite vegetables. Before that, you had like the ultra massive hit To Asia with Love. Like this is what most people know you from so far, right?
Yep.
But how did you arrive? You've been a vegetarian for
30-something years. A long time. Almost lifelong vegetarian.
Western vegetarian eating.
Yeah.
To feel so like restrictive, where like you are giving something up.
Yeah.
But if you look at Asia, South Asia, like vegetarian things don't feel like you're losing.
Absolutely.
Anything
I mean, that's
right?
how I grew up. You know, I'm Cantonese. We ate Cantonese food every day growing up, and vegetables were just as much as part of the meal as meat was. And so I think in my food there is that natural element where it's actually about more.
Yeah.
You know, more texture, more flavor, you know, more kind of elements to the dish that make it really exciting. And so that's what I really want to bring to vegetarian cooking. It's not just dogmatic, like you can't eat this, you can't eat that. It's actually always about more for me.
Right.
How did you choose this recipe, by the way?
Okay, so his name is Wayne Shen. He's got 3.7 million followers on TikTok or YouTube and 2.1 on Instagram, so he's super popular. I can't tell if he's like a real human or just an AI creation. Like he has that vibe.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of, like, it's very Chinese, I feel, in some of these recipes where you're just like, he makes it look simple in the way that Chinese cooks do something. You say, oh, I never thought to cut a grapefruit that way with that cleaver or whatever, you know what I mean? Like these techniques are super smart. But he does a lot of vegan stuff that looks really delicious to me. And the one that I chose for us today is this eggplant recipe where basically, you know, he is steaming the eggplant, like long Chinese eggplant. Then he pulls it into shreds. He makes a sauce of garlic, chili, and just pours boiling oil over in the Chinese way. Soy sauce, and then onto the eggplant, and that's the whole entire thing. So
it's a lot of sauce, though.
It's a lot of sauce.
I mean, before I taste it, I don't want to like...
It's a tremendous amount of sauce.
It's a tremendous amount of sauce.
So I think we got the idea. Let's just wing it based on what we saw more or less. Here are the questions I have. So pre-cooking, he'll like slice a vegetable and then just soak it for 10 minutes in water with salt.
Right.
Is this a thing that you do?
No, I don't.
Like,
I'm kind of lazy, so if there's a step that you can skip, why not?
I skip almost every soaking step.
Yes, same. I think we should do it to see if there's any difference.
What do you do? Like,
you're not using your left hand.
I can't. I don't want to lose a finger. I'm just going to do...
Well, we're already going off
We're going off book by now.
Yep, that's
All
right.
We'll put these in here. And then...
And it's not peeled either, is it?
It's not peeled.
Okay.
The soaking's not going to do anything, right?
Yeah. You want me to cut the other one?
Yeah, you cut the other one. The question is, what are we going to do for the 10 minutes while it's soaking is the real question.
Shouldn't the magic of television mean that this is done in like 30 seconds?
Yeah, totally, but you know, you don't have that kind of magic. So the recipe calls for chili.
How much chili?
As much as we want. Okay, so this is the container that the chilies come in.
Yeah.
Like, is there some use for 1 trillion Thai bird chilies that I'm not wary of?
This is when you freeze it, though.
So what would you do? You would just freeze them whole like that?
Yeah. My mum always freezes. She freezes everything.
Somebody is buying that many chilies and being like, this is exactly as many chilies as I needed today.
I don't think anyone's going to need this many. But my mum used to grow these in her backyard. She would make chili sauce with them. And so this was her trick. Can I share one of my mum's tricks?
Oh my God.
So she makes a chili sauce. So like a Cantonese style chili sauce, you know, quite vinegary. But to get that nice red flavor, you need to use a lot of chili, but she
Right.
doesn't want it that hot. So she puts a red pepper in,
Just like a red bell pepper in.
your bell pepper.
Just
we
to
call
pat
them
it
a
up.
capsicum.
I
A
know
red
you do.
capsicum.
I always see that. I'm like, these pretentious Aussie
Pretentious.
I know. Capsicum.
Maybe the red bell pepper is the pretentious one.
Oh yeah, the red bell pepper. Like, I don't go by bell pepper anymore. I go by capsicum. I'm a sophomore in college now.
Aubergine. No, we don't call them aubergine.
My roommate used to go by eggplant. Now he's aubergine. He spent a semester in France. Oh my god.
So that's her chili. That's her chili
What
sauce.
else goes in her chili sauce?
Lots of vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Just probably regular vinegar. You know, no fancy vinegars in my mum's house. And sugar.
All right, I'm gonna say that was 10 minutes.
That
or
was
something,
10
right?
minutes.
Here's the other
that was
thing I'm
10
gonna
minutes
do.
of crapping on.
Here's
We
the
did
other
really
thing
well.
I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this in the microwave because he said to steam this for 20 minutes, and I'm not gonna do that. So we make these little bowls, and I'm gonna do it this way. So
You can put that lid in the microwave?
yeah, this was also not rehearsed, guys. This is a real thing.
What?
Here's a thing that's underrated for Western cuisine, I think, is
Yeah.
just steaming stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Like that's for you and me.
People are very uncomfortable with steaming.
With steaming, right?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
not a thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like what's happening in there is just fast steaming.
Right.
So anytime there's like something we want to steam, we just do it in these bowls. And so these are designed specifically so they have like no plastic and nothing actually
Yeah.
harmful when you microwave them.
And
So
how long did you put that in for?
I put it in 4 minutes just as a guess. We'll see what happens at the end of 4 minutes.
So do you have a ratio? Like, I don't microwave very much. What was your ratio? So the recipe said 20 minutes. How do you like kind of use that?
Well,
break that
so
down
I'm
for
just
one?
kind of guessing. Broccoli is about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Potatoes about 10 minutes. To me, an eggplant is somewhere between a broccoli and a potato.
I would agree with that.
You know?
Yeah.
So like,
I'd agree with that.
I think it'll be a little more than 4 minutes is where I think it'll
Okay.
ultimately really be. Let's do the rest of the sauce though.
You need.
need chilies?
I volunteer you to do that.
Okay. Okay. I mean, this is just like
It's the worst job
for
ever.
sure is like where I'm going to like rub my nose
Exactly.
later and
You can rub your nose or other places.
yeah, exactly.
Preferably not.
I mean, that's like,
Is that all you're going to use?
I
Oh,
mean,
you're soft.
dude, I'm like so susceptible to peer pressure.
You are. Oh,
And I'm
that's
just
good
gonna,
to know.
And I'm gonna do
See?
whatever you said because you
Okay.
challenged that
All
it
right.
was too little.
Okay. All right. Just
All right. So this is nowhere near as much as he
Okay.
made, right? Let's see what's happening here.
what do you call these in California? Scallions or green onions?
I'm trying to think of a funny term. It didn't come fast enough. If I had just like quickly done it, I could have gaslit you so good just then.
Right.
If I had a name, if I had immediately been like, oh, those are cucamongas, you would have gone to your book event later and been like, oh, I know you guys here in California call these cucamongas. Oh, it just didn't come fast enough.
Oh,
It just didn't
Chris.
come fast enough.
Chris, your cucamonga.
I grew up calling these green onions because that's what my parents call them, but I don't. So here's what I know. When you go to the self-checkout at the grocery store and you have to like, do you have these?
Yes, we have these. They're cucamongas.
I forgot you're also from Earth. And then when you put it in there, if you try to type in green onion, it doesn't even show up. So they're scallions.
Scallions.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your term?
I say scallions now. In my book, it's green onion though. And in Australia,
Yeah.
every state has their own name.
Oh, really?
So it can be a shallot.
That's right. That's a shallot in
Yeah, in Sydney.
where? Okay.
We call
And
them
then what about in
shallots.
Victoria?
Spring onions there.
Okay, so that's a completely different thing here, I think.
Oh,
spring
it's a
onion.
completely different thing because it has a bulb.
Right.
Spring onion has a bulb. So in my first couple of books, I had to have almost like a key, a legend to show people like a picture. So what's going on with these? What do we do with these?
I don't
do these
remember.
go in here?
I think so. I think it's like 2 in there. You slice those up since I did the
Okay.
chili job.
I don't mind doing this one.
I think just like a couple in there, right? Or
yeah,
just,
that'll
and then
do.
I'm heating the oil.
So
and
this
then
is
there
the old bowl situation, right? The
Yes.
whole hot oil situation.
Yeah, so how often do you employ this technique? The only time I ever do this is with steamed fish, to be honest with you.
Yes, but I do use it a lot in my recipes now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my recipes are about vegetarianizing a lot of the foods I grew up with.
How would you describe it? Like, what do you think is the sort of benefit of the technique, or like, why do you think?
Well, the hot oil's releasing the aroma.
Right.
And basically cooking it a little bit, so it's not, you don't have that kind of raw garlic taste.
So this is like 5-6 minutes. And these are super, super soft now.
Oh wow, they really are. They've kind of collapsed.
And I think that like the ones from his little video looked very squishy. So I think that's where we want to be. So.
Oh, does this go in here?
I think so.
Okay, let's just do it. Who cares? There's no turning back for us.
Fine.
No turning back
but
for us.
So the idea with this technique is, yeah, you don't want raw garlic, but you don't want to like cook a sauce.
Yes.
The oil is just blooming it, heating it, and then becomes flavored with it.
I love it.
Because you want that oil as your, like in a vinaigrette, right?
Exactly.
Like the fat in your vinaigrette.
And I think for like vegetarians, this is a really good technique to remember, to add lots of flavor.
Yeah.
You could do it with roasted vegetables if you wanted to.
For sure.
Where did the soy sauce go?
Good question. I think
because
it's mixed in after the oil, because you don't want water in there.
Yeah, okay.
So you pour the hot oil in, and then we mix our soy sauce in.
Because when it goes over the eggplant, it's all mixed together.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that eggplant's super hot.
I volunteer you to do
shred it.
All the hard things you have to do.
It's so hot.
I'm just here to watch you.
That didn't work out. I'm just gonna slice it. Look at that. The shredding to me is an Instagram thing. Just, God damn it. I just came to the conclusion that it was
It's
real.
an Instagram thing.
Look how good you're doing it now.
Maybe it's a female thing, Chris.
No. It's the last time we have a guest on this show. It's making me look like an idiot. Just, I feel so foolish now. How did you do that? How are your hands?
Asbestos hands. Is that what they call them?
That is. Wait, should we do them? Do you think skin down, skin up? What do you think? Does it matter?
How come his skin was so pretty? His skin was like a bright purple, like this one. Some of ours are not bright purple.
Listen, Hetty.
This is fun.
I think all skin colors are pretty.
I like this whole. You're so chefy. I would never have done this. I would have just.
A little pyramid of
I would have just thrown it in there.
I think oil's probably hot.
How would you show people watching when you know that it's hot enough?
It expands and loosens when oil gets hot, right?
It looks like water.
It looks like water instead of oil. So like you can see it's like very loose and watery. It's not smoking yet, which is, I don't want to get to that point, but I do want it to be hot.
Yeah. I usually do a wooden chopstick.
And then what do you do with it?
Well, I just put it in, and if it kind of starts sizzling around it, it's...
Really?
You never done that?
I mean, yeah, of course I have. I was just wondering if you had. I mean,
You got a wooden chopstick?
I don't know if we have a wooden chopstick.
What sort of kitchen is
this?
this?
It's all very new.
Or wooden spoon. Wooden spoon will work too.
I don't have a wooden spoon either.
Is this your kitchen or not?
Come on. Can you go get us a piece of wood? Can you go out in the woods and get me a piece of wood? Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Wood.
Oh, look, it's doing its little thing.
Yeah. That's
It's
the
like
way I check.
it was bubbling away.
That's how you know it's gonna. At least it's gonna sizzle because there's water in that wood.
Hetty. I'm gonna pour this in here, Ira. Are you ready for the sizzle?
And it's gonna sizzle.
Get
that left hand working.
I can't tell if you're joking or not. Are you actually ready for this sizzle shot? Oh, look, it's a little sizzle. I think that's enough oil, right?
Yeah.
And then let's season it.
Okay, season. Oh, it's pretty light.
It's very light. So it's light soy sauce, which I don't even know what that really means. Keep going, I think.
Yeah. It's got no color.
It's got no color at all.
No color at all.
His was so dark. Should we add some regular soy sauce? Let me taste this thing.
Oh, it's sancho. Okay. Yeah, it's really light. It probably still tastes salty though.
Yeah.
It's really salty.
No, it's salty, but it's like really nice actually.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so spicy.
Are you glad you took the dare?
I feel okay about the dare. Oh look, this eggplant's done now too. Should I just add this while we're doing it so we don't waste it? What do you think? You know what I wanted to have is a little sugar.
Yeah.
Should we add a little sugar to it?
Sugar's always a good thing.
Let's add a little sugar to it, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna add a little sugar.
Okay. That's a little chef move, but...
What's that?
The little bit of sugar.
Yeah, right. Right.
People always complain about the sugar in a recipe. It's like,
But they don't know, like, The reason why the food tastes good, and Dave always says this, is like, the reason why your restaurant food tastes good is there's more salt, more sugar, and more fat than you can possibly imagine in there.
Oh God, no, we don't want to hear that. See, I think a bit of sugar actually brings out the saltiness.
I agree with that. This was darker, but I think, how are we looking, Ira? Beautiful. Oh. Don't mind if I do, right?
It's like the fish.
Right?
Looks like fish. This is like fish fragrant. I'm excited. We can't. We can't. Can we have chopsticks?
I'm gonna go. I was about to get chopsticks. Entertain the camera for a minute.
Can you go to the?
I'm getting some chopsticks.
Go to the Asian stuff drawer.
I gotta go to the Asian stuff drawer. I'm back from the Asian stuff drawer.
I'm so impressed. I'm just doing some Instagramming while you're out.
Instagram away. Come on. Let's
Oh, you want to take it on the side?
It's pretty hot, but I think that is pretty delicious.
That's delicious.
That's really good, right?
Really good.
That's kind of crazy.
Beautiful, and the eggplants are silky. I think that's the real trick of the steaming.
Yeah.
It becomes silky. You know, a lot of people complain about the texture of eggplant.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Rank eggplant for me in your is it top 10 vegetables? Top 20?
Well, it's in the book. So it's in the top 20. But I think it would be top 10.
It's really good.
I love it. I love it. No one's going to complain about that.
No. Man, I like don't miss meat whatsoever.
You wouldn't, would you?
My main thing here is like, sometimes the internet's right. Sometimes the internet has like good stuff that you can make. This is a pretty delicious dish.
It is. It's surprisingly good.
I think the sugar was a nice touch too. That was a nice little addition to it to make it just like a little more balanced. But well, thank you for joining me on this ridiculous internet journey. Tenderheart is out now.
Tenderheart is out now. Wherever you get books.
Literally anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Anywhere you get books, you can get Tenderheart. You should pick up the other ones too. To Asia with Love.
Yep. There's family, there's neighborhood, and there's a community, which is my Australian one, which you can buy here.
This was a success from the internet. Thank you to Hetty McKinnon for joining me. And do I have a tagline? Is there something I used to say? Go
buy a microwave.
Go buy. I mean, honestly, it's as good as anything else. Go buy a microwave. That's our new sign-off phrase for Ying Cooks the Internet. We cut, but I had to come back because we forgot to do something.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what we forgot to do? You forgot to tell me if our new budding friendship is better than the eggplant recipe.
Definitely better.
And that eggplant's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but you know I love the human touch.
So that's all we had to come back for.
Yeah.
Recipe good, friendship.
I mean, eggplant's not going to talk to me. Yeah.
It's a pretty low bar. Conversation with me, just barely better than conversing with an eggplant. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, that was all. That's all I needed to know. Yes!
You won. I actually love this dish.
It's really good, right? Yeah. That fucking guy, Wayne Shen, can actually do some stuff. You guys want to try?
It's definitely AI, Wayne Shen.